Welcome to Burnin Daylight Sports with Matt McKinley, Eric Winkler, and Jake Renquist. Join us every Tuesday for betting lines, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun. Welcome back. I'm not sure where Eric is. He's a young man out of the army in college. He's got a girlfriend and whatnot, but he's also been divorced once. So like he may be working on a second divorce. I don't know. It's holiday season. Shit happens. But
is he done with finals now?
He's got to be getting close. But and Wyoming's, I mean, it's just basketball now. Like Wyoming football is completely done. So like
it's not completely done for months.
Yeah, months. I mean, not there was any sort of suspense about that, but they are officially done. So he's I would think he's full on Broncos super fan, or he might also just be full transition completely into CSU basketball hater. And you know what? I just love all of it. I love when he has his random shit talking posts. So, but anyway, I'm not sure where he's at, and I was really looking forward to see what he had to say about some of these college football games. But I'm speaking of college football. The West Virginia Memphis game is a goddamn track meet, and just what you gotta love that about bowl season.
Yeah, you took Memphis, right?
Oh yeah, I took Memphis, and then I took the over. I knew Memphis had been putting up a bunch of points. West Virginia plays in the Big 12, and defense doesn't exist there. So, yeah, I thought it was I think 55 was the over.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was like 60 or something like when I looked. I'm like, that way, but I did take Memphis -5.
Nice, yeah, yeah. So bowl season. We were just talking before, like we're getting into that like seasonal depression type of year. Like college football's coming to an end. Like bowls, the nonsense, worthless bowl games have started, and that's always a fun time of year, but it's also just like college football's done, which means NFL is like just a couple weeks from being done. And then unless you're just a diehard basketball, it's regular season basketball for NBA and college. And you're just like, man, you gotta love the game to really pay attention there.
Well, I watch basketball almost every night.
So it's not bad for you, but for me, yeah. I've never been a basketball guy, and I can tune in for March Madness, and if the playoffs are interested, like I'll kind of check in on NBA playoffs, but like, man, that February is a rough month. Like it's after the Super Bowl, it's dark days for about a month and a half, and then you get March Madness, and then baseball's coming up quick behind that. But
yeah, March is definitely, or February is definitely rough. I mean, I guess the only thing is like college is picking up a bit. Because I mean, I'm not really paying that much attention to college. I think maybe it's getting into conference play now.
See, I think so. I don't know. I wish I was more of a basketball fan, because like, I'd have something to follow, but I've never, not since I was like 5th grade and Jordan was king. Have I really followed basketball? Like I'll pop in here and there, but just, I don't know, for whatever reason, it wasn't. I was also never very good at it. That might be part of it. It's just like I realized pretty quick, like in, I don't know, junior high, I was like, I'm probably not going to make varsity in high school. I'm not going to even bother like, what's the point of JV basketball? So I didn't pursue it. And
yeah, I mean, I was kind of tall when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Like elementary school. And then I haven't grown since 7th grade. So that was the end of my basketball career.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even try out in high school. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna happen.
Especially because you went to Smoky Hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big school.
Yeah, it's a big school.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to a 1A school and I still didn't go out for and a school where everybody played all the sports.
Yeah, wasn't Brad like a big basketball guy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Brad is genetically unfortunate because he's pretty athletic, honestly. Like he moves pretty smooth for a guy that just looks like dog shit. Like he looks, you can tell he's not athletic, but he's surprisingly athletic for what he looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I played the catch with him and stuff like that. Fine,
yeah, but he's not bad. He's not bad, but just looking at him, you're like, oh Jesus! Especially growing up, he was bad lactose intolerant growing up, and
brittle bones. I don't know.
Pretty much. Me and Brad went. I always rode to baseball games with Brad. His dad was the coach, so like me and Brad spent a lot of time in the vehicle together, and yeah, he's a shockingly good athlete for just going off of appearances.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we were talking about the NBA in-season tournament. So like I know we've mentioned it before, but what is it for? How's it work? And like I mean, it's in-season tournament, so does it have any significance going forward in the season?
No. You win some money and you get a pennant. So the championship's on right now. It looks like Milwaukee's got it pretty clinched up right now. So I think you might make like $1 million or something like that a person for the winning team, which, for some of the young guys who don't have big contracts, it's like a nice payday.
Yeah.
But and a little bit of bragging rights. I mean, it seems like the players are really taking it serious. It's kind of modeled off of soccer in-season tournaments. So they have a group play, which like there's 4, whatever, I don't know. There's groups of like 4 or 5. I forget even now. But you play everyone, and it's based on like the regular season schedule. So they're not special games or anything like that. And then after that, I think they play maybe some extra games because then it goes into an actual tournament style.
Okay. Huh.
Like with a knockout round. And I think once you get into at least the semis, like I think the semifinal payout was like $250,000 a person or something like that. So like you make a little bit of money, and it's cool. And like I went to a game when I was in Oklahoma City last year. So like I think it's like every Tuesday or Wednesday was like an in-season tournament game. And I mean it's just like a regular season game, but it counts towards this tournament. One of the interesting things they do for it is everyone's got like a special court for it. Like
I've heard about
floor.
that.
Yeah. And that's kind of cool. I mean, it'd be weird because they're all bright colors and it looks a little bit more like college or something like that.
Just hope you don't have an epileptic on your team.
Yeah. But seriously, because I mean, this is like I hadn't been to a basketball game in a while, like a pro game in a while, and they do like crazy light shows, and especially on those like colored courts, it looks pretty wild.
I bet that's pretty crazy. So correct me if I'm wrong. This kind of seems like it's something to get the actual players hyped up for a part of the season that nobody really pays attention to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it seems like that because everyone does take it pretty seriously. The
I don't
Nuggets seem
hate
like
it.
they don't give a shit, but
Yeah. Oh, I
they've
don't.
lost. They lose like every single one of their in-season tournament games. But but it is
Jokic
cool.
is just he's getting homesick for his horses.
Yeah. um, yeah, I mean, I guess so. And they've done a little. NBA's done a little bit more to try and keep like the middle of the regular season a little bit more competitive for the players. Like
I mean,
one of
that's
them
not.
is like
I don't hate it.
like you can't. They have something about like you can't rest your stars like at home for like just to give them like a rest
Yeah.
day or something like that, because there's some guys that doing like load management. Like one of the big things is like Joel Embiid might have won the MVP last year over Jokic, which like on a per game basis he probably was better, but he played like 70% of the games maybe.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, you just can't win anymore if you're you can't win the MVP anymore if you don't have like a certain threshold of games played.
Huh. I mean, I don't hate that. Like
yeah.
I'm kind of I'm like a union sympathetic guy, but I'm not a union guy. Like I've never actually worked in a union, and I've never so like I'm sympathetic. I'm like, fight the man type of guy, but also like you look at particularly like the athletic unions, you're like, motherfucker, you are making multi-million dollars. Shut the fuck up and play.
Well, okay, so I mean, I agree with you, but like the football union has screwed over football players forever.
Oh yeah,
and that's totally different because you might have made 500 or 500,000 1 year and had like a debilitating injury for the rest of your life because of it.
Right. No. So like that's why I say like I'm union sympathetic because I view. I mean they're good until they're not.
Right. Exactly.
And it usually goes pretty quickly till they're not good. They're just and I mean it's the same thing where like you have like some debilitating injuries and you want like that guy should be getting taken care of, but then also there's like, oh, we're not going to actually practice in pads ever because we don't want whatever, and it's like, so you're not going to be good till like week 5 because you're not going to be up to game speed till like
you're like playing into shape and shit like that.
Yeah, and it's like the dock workers unions where they're like I get you don't want to phase people out of your jobs, but they like one of their sticking points was to have somebody at the gate that physically opened the gate as you drove through, and it's like, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Give me a few hours and I can write a little program and do that for you.
Right. You're just like, yeah. This is why I don't like unions. Like I kind of like you until you do shit like that.
Yep. And so like the basketball, like I kind of get like why you'd want to do some load management for some of these guys, because like some of them are just there's a few guys that are just like known to always be hurt. And like that just a lot of it comes with fatigue. And it's like, okay,
and fine, it's 82 games or whatever.
Yeah, but it's been like that forever. The games hasn't changed.
No.
And so it's like, oh, we want Paul George healthy for the postseason, so we're gonna rest him every like 5 days to make sure he can do it. But I mean, it's kind of bullshit. I remember a quote from Kobe talking about like taking days off. He's like, oh, I never want to take a day off because this might be some kids like only shot to get to see me playing somewhere and maybe in a different city too. And I don't want to have them spend like all their money that they've saved up all year to come see me and me sit for the game. And I get that too, because it's entertainment.
I mean, that's a great mindset, but very few people I think actually have that, and kind of rightfully so. Like I don't bash anybody for not having that mindset, because like, no, fuck you, pay me. Like I get that part of it too. I get all of it, but that was why Kobe was one of the greats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he also just was healthy.
Yeah,
relatively healthy like his entire career too, which is hard to do.
That's one of the most fortunate things you could, they said it. I've heard it from I don't know how many different players, coaches, whatever, but the best ability is availability. And it doesn't matter how good you are if you're not there to play the game.
Well, I mean, like on a per game or per season basis, like you'd never argue that LeBron is better than Jordan.
Yeah,
but LeBron's really never been hurt. And he's 40.
Yeah,
like he's still playing. So
I can't stand LeBron as a person, but that dude is incredible as a basketball player. I mean, possibly the greatest athlete we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of like him outside of his whole decision thing going to Miami. Outside of that, I think he's fine. Also getting his bum ass kid a job getting drafted by the Lakers.
Well, I blame that to just being when you're the man for that fucking long. Like that's why dictators always do crazy shit, because nobody's ever telling them no.
Well, he said he wanted to play until he could play with his kid. He might have to wait until his next kid gets drafted. This one ain't working out.
He's gonna be 60 and still be putting up 30 a game. I mean, it's like I said, I don't particularly care for him as a person, but like, how do you hate him as an athlete? Fuck, man, I don't know. He's just.
So the other thing I hear about is like he spends like $1 million a year on his personal health, like outside of what the Lakers do for him. So
smart,
like hyperbaric chambers, like the best nutritionists, like personal trainers. I mean, I'd do that too if I was making $40 million a year. That's an easy one.
Well, it's funny is because it is really easy to just go run every morning, but almost nobody does it because it sucks. And like I went on a year where I was working out regularly, and then it's crazy like how fast once you stop for even like a couple weeks, you're just like, holy fuck, I got fat all of a sudden. And so like, I mean, if the dude obviously takes basketball seriously. If you're spending $1 million outside of what the team provides on your body, like that, I mean that is a worthy investment. if you're making $50-60 million a year. Yeah, spend $1 million, spend $10 million if you have to. I mean, it's amazing that. I mean, Brady was the same way. Like everybody gave him shit about his avocado ice cream, but he played till he was fucking 50 at a high level. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just like at some point, you can make fun of all the people that get up early and grind, but like. They're probably doing better than you. So like there's something to that.
Yeah. I don't know. Who's making fun of people for working out? Like,
fuck? Yeah, more than you'd think. More than you'd think.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
I know. But it's like it's only because they don't do it themselves. That's the only reason.
You try to be healthy and extend your life. You know?
Oh, fuck you! I don't want to live long.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's wild. So I guess we on the NFL. God, it was a shit week of the NFL.
It really was, man.
It's like I know there's a lot of. I mean, there's some storylines and stuff shaking up, but like not a lot of surprises. And then especially the early games on Sunday were just garbage. Ugh. But I mean, it started out bad. The the Rams and the Niners, a 12-6 game on Thursday. Like that's a classic Thursday night game.
I think I took the Rams here. I can't even remember the game. I watched it, but
Yeah,
I
it
don't remember
was
anything about it.
same here. I ended up losing because I parlayed the Rams with the over. And
that
yeah,
could have gotten close.
not even. I think I took it in a teaser even, and yeah, still not even close. I think the line the over under was at 40, like 44. Yeah, that was bad. Not a single. What was there? One touchdown scored? Did the Rams get the one late, or
did they?
I think it was all field goals.
I don't see a touchdown in there.
Yeah, that was
that's
all field goals. That's a rough game. That's terrible. And it didn't get much better until the Rams Lions. That was a hell of a game. Unless you like defense. There was not any to be had that one. But like the Chiefs at the Browns, didn't you said Jameis got benched?
He got benched in the fourth quarter. I think he got 3 picks before they sat him down.
That's classic Jameis Winston. He did not steal enough crab legs before that game. He was 16 of 25, no touchdowns and 3 picks, 146 yards. Yeah, that's rough.
I mean, it's bad, but like I don't know.
That
game wasn't out of. That game didn't look like, I don't know when they benched him in the fourth, but that doesn't. It looks like they're down by 2 touchdowns. You're still in it in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, final score 21-7. I mean, that's a solid thumping in the NFL, but like that's still not out of hand. It's not out of hand at all. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's not a good game. 146 yards and 3 picks, but who's better?
I don't know.
And it's also Jameis Winston. You kind of got to know those games are going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe is this his last year on contract, and maybe they're trying to get this other guy some reps or something.
Maybe. I think he signed a 1 year, and then of course he balled out of control there for a game or two. And but I mean that's what he does. It's big numbers on both sides of the column. Just a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of interceptions. Mahomes is out with a high ankle sprain. They're at 13-1. That's a good time to rest your guy. You don't have to really play much the rest of the year. So,
yeah.
Bengals, Titans. This was surprisingly a fun game. I wish I don't wish I would have watched it, but I would have picked it over several games.
If I could have watched that one and I knew it was going to be good, I would have. But all those morning games or early games look boring. So
they were so bad. They were so bad. I was in town Christmas shopping, and yeah, I looked. I'm in the loser bracket of my fantasy league playoffs, so there's. When you have a morning like that, there's literally nothing to look forward to. So I was like, I guess if I'd have been at home watching, I would have turned on the Bengals Titans, but Washington over New Orleans 20-19. Daniels had a good game, 25-31, 226 and 2 touchdowns. But Is Washington? They're in the playoffs, but I guess
I think they're in the last. They're in the last spot for the wild card right now.
Okay, because Philly's leading that division.
Yeah.
Giants. Yeah, so it's Washington and Philly in the East. I didn't tune on any of this game. I hear Tommy DeVito got hurt.
Jackson went crazy.
Yeah, 21 and 25 for 295 touchdowns. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, that's that's what you should do against the Giants. They suck.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Panthers, who cares? More points scored than I thought. But who cares? Jets, Jaguars. Who cares?
Damn. Rodgers had a good game. It's like his only good game that he's had.
Yeah, and it was in Jacksonville, so nobody watched.
Okay, so it barely even counts.
Yeah, even if it was against somebody good, it was in Jacksonville, and so nobody watched. I don't. That place is just a black hole of suckiness. Texans at the Dolphins. This sounded like a good game.
I thought
initially
this was a shootout.
Yeah, it's kind of what I thought too.
I actually took the over on this one and lost. So,
I think this is one I would have lost money had I got my bet in, and I'm just really glad I didn't get my bets in time for the early games. But yeah, Texans over the Dolphins 20-12. I mean, that NFC or AFC South is. Man, it's hard to get excited about anything coming out of there.
I mean, Texans are still 9-5.
I know, but
that's it.
Yeah, but just I couldn't care less about a 9-5 team. I don't think. I could be wrong, but Broncos are 9-5, and I care a little bit more about them. Broncos and Texans are about the same level. I thought the Texans would be better than they are.
Me too.
I thought the Broncos would be worse than they are. So I'm, kind of in the same boat with those teams. Broncos should have lost that game. 31
really?
30. Yeah, they were losing bad early, and then Jonathan Taylor
he dropped it on the one.
Yeah, and it went downhill from there for him,
bro.
I don't get
keeps happening like once a year ish, and everyone's like, "Why the fuck do people keep doing that?" And then they keep doing it.
It keeps happening. I don't understand it. Like, just go full on Forrest Gump and 2 hands on the ball all the way through the back of the end zone. It doesn't matter if you run through the wall or not. Just like don't drop the ball until you're on the ground. I don't get it, but I'm glad Jonathan Taylor had a brain fart, because that game flipped on a dime after that.
Okay.
Bo Nix didn't look particularly good. I think he had 3 picks.
Oh, rough.
Yeah, I think they had 8 total turnovers in that game.
Oof. That's an ugly game.
Yeah. 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, 130 yards passing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He still got 16 fantasy points, so it was I wished I wouldn't have started him, but it didn't hurt me as bad as I thought. Bills Lions, we called this one being a shootout, and god damn.
Oh, that one was great.
That was awesome.
I couldn't believe it. I lost a bunch of money. Well, yeah, I lost several bets on this one.
I this is another one where I bet because the Lions were favorites in that game. So I bet Bills money line, I bet Bills to cover, I bet the over, and then I was gonna take a just insurance type bet and Lions to win because it was like minus, I think it was like minus 150 or something like that. Not great odds, but not bad. And I didn't get it in time, and I'm glad I didn't. Glad I didn't. I should have just kept betting the over because I think it was 55 at kickoff was the over, and they scored 90.
Yeah. I did. So I did hit on that one, but I lost at a teaser. I took like the Lions plus 3.5. I took them to cover the spread. None of that hit. I should have taken Goff. I should have gone with the
threw it 59 times. Holy shit.
I was even talking last week taking individual player props here, and I didn't do that. I should have listened myself.
Lions lost Montgomery for the year though.
That's rough.
That sucks. Man, if they somehow win a Super Bowl like that, God wanted them to win because they've got so many people injured right now.
And they lost another tackle or something like that.
Something like that. And then they lost Hutchinson, like 5-6 weeks ago. Something like. I mean,
they got so many injuries on the defensive side.
Yeah, they had like 13 defensive players on the IR, and now I think they're about even on the offensive side at this point. Luckily, they've won 12 games, so they're gonna get a bye. May not get home field throughout, but 42 point. Jared Goff put up 494 yards and 5 touchdowns and lost.
No picks.
No
Still
picks.
Lost.
What did Allen have? He was 23 of 34 for 362, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 11 rushes for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. So 4 touchdowns. Goff had 5. That's fuck, dude.
That's the monster games.
That's insane. I want one of those two quarterbacks to win the Super Bowl this year. Like throw Lamar in there. Between one of those three, I want them to win it. Like Lamar's earned it, Allen's earned it, Goff's kind of earned it at this point. Like so one of those three has got to win it. I don't want to see Mahomes again.
No, please no.
Steelers, Eagles. I thought the Steelers were going to put up a better game than that. I
took them in a teaser with the Lions. Took the Steelers at like plus 11.5. I'm like, oh, this is easy money.
Same here. I took the Steelers plus points, like plus a lot of points, and it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough.
I thought it was going to be close at least.
I thought so too, and nope, it was not. Patriots, Cardinals. I didn't care about this game. Higher scoring than I thought it was going to be. I still don't care about that game. Baker Mayfield's just fucking doing the damn thing, ain't he?
Yeah, but like this division's worse than
they're so bad.
The AFC South.
They're so bad. But he was 22, 27, 288, and 4 touchdowns. That's another guy I want to win a Super Bowl. I want Baker to win a Super Bowl. Just so,
just another fuck you to Cleveland.
Yeah, well, just like that guy's he's made himself undeniable. Just like, all right, fuck it, go get it, Baker. Go get it. Your Packers look good. Kicked the shit out of the Seahawks.
Yeah, and honestly, like they were going up big in the first half and kind of like really slowed down in the second.
Yeah,
they're
like
just gonna roll, but
yeah, it wasn't as close of a game as the score says, and it's not a good score.
no. Jacobs like just was running all over every single person on that defense. I mean, it was crazy,
dude. If I would have made the playoffs in fantasy, like I'm primed to go on a run right now. I got Jacobs, I got Bucky Irving, I got that third string running back from San Francisco.
nice.
Got Malik Neighbors, I got T Higgins, I got Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix. I'm set to make a good run, and I think the best I can do is 7th place, and that's probably I'll probably win in the loser bracket. But
I'm in 2 leagues. I can barely name who's in either of them. But I know I got Jacobs and Mike Evans.
Jacobs has been a stud this year.
Yeah,
I bet he is so happy to be out of Las Vegas.
I bet.
He was when they let him go, I was like, well, they're really not going to be good. Like he was like Brock Bowers has been good, but you never know on a rookie. And Jacobs had been a stud for a while, but yeah, it's I guess speaking of which, we got Bears at the Vikings. No surprise there. Vikings rolled. And then we had the Raiders or the Falcons at the Raiders.
It's a miserable game.
That was such a bad game. Yeah, not there was one touchdown scored. The Falcons had a touchdown, a safety, and 2 field goals.
So glad I didn't watch.
So bad. So bad. Desmond Ridder was starting for the Raiders. I didn't know who Desmond Ridder was when Atlanta drafted him, and I thought we were done with Desmond Ridder, but here he is now.
So I guess big news for this upcoming week: the Falcons bench Kirk Cousins.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're going with
Michael Penix.
Yeah, they're going with Penix.
Shit, yeah. Oh man, it would have been really funny if the Raiders could have pulled that out and Desmond Ridder got a win against the Falcons. Right, and then
with Cousins.
Yeah,
it is whatever $250 million guaranteed contract.
Yeah, because they paid Cousins a boatload of money, and then I think they traded up and went and got Michael Penix too, and so they're just
for Penix.
I could be wrong about that, but I know it was a top 10 pick. What wasn't he?
Oh, I thought he fell. Maybe
I don't know. Either way, they went out and got Kirk Cousins, paid him a shitload of money, and then drafted Michael Penix in the first round. Who's like that? Wasn't he one of those like 7-year college guys because he got hurt all the time?
Oh, he's like 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, talented when he's healthy. When he's healthy, but
well, you better be. He's like 5 years older than everyone else.
Right? Yeah, and he's not even a Mormon. I don't think. I could be speaking out of turn on that. I don't think he's a Mormon, but yeah, that was a terrible game.
Never mind. I'm gonna let that go.
All right, fair enough. I won't push it. I'm curious.
I was gonna say, isn't he black? Like,
oh yeah.
Well, they
got a shady history about that. One of their original people was black, and then they went hard no blacks for a while. And then they realized what good athletes the Samoans were, and so they're like, maybe blacks are all right too. They're athletic as shit. BYU's got to have a squad, man.
That sounds about right.
Fucking Mormons. Yeah. So coming up this next week, I think this is kind of more of the same. Broncos Chargers. That'll be a pretty decent game. It's
you want to show the screen?
Oh yeah. Let me go with my bookie. That'll be better. So it's at the Chargers, which is not a home game. LA's a terrible football town. But Chargers -3, over under at 42. I kind of like the under.
The under and probably the Broncos here.
Yeah.
Broncos getting plus points.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Broncos money line. That spread's right where it should. Feels like, yeah, that 3 points is probably what it's gonna be. Two pretty good defenses. Two pretty underwhelming offenses that can put up points, but I don't expect either of them to. So I'm going to take the under. And yeah, I like the Broncos money line. The Chargers won the first matchup. So yeah, I won't be surprised if LA pulls it out, but I like Broncos on that one.
All right. Are you showing my bookie?
Oh, my bad. There we go.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. What do you think on that one?
Yeah. I like. I mean, Denver money line honestly looks good.
That's a good money line bet.
Yeah.
Plus 124 is good odds.
Yeah, it is, and under 42 is not bad.
No, I
think it's reasonable.
I think the under looks good. I would not bet the spread, even in a teaser. Like, I don't know, like that spread's right where it should be. I don't think it being more than a field goal game, probably. It just depends on who gets it. But yeah, I don't know. They've both been playing pretty good, but I like Denver in the rematch. Then we're back to Saturday games. Texans at the Chiefs. That's an intriguing matchup. Is Mahomes going to play?
I don't know. I mean, based on the spread right now, they're probably a little bit wary on it.
Yeah. And so
but I bet he plays. So like taking Chiefs -2.5 right now is probably not that bad.
Not bad. If Mahomes does play, this would be another game to check live lines, because good chance that Chiefs get down early.
Yeah, maybe the under on this one too.
Yeah, 41. Both pretty good defenses. So
they both haven't been putting up too much points recently.
No, like Mahomes has not had a good year particularly. They're 13-1, but like he's not. The numbers he's putting up are nothing to write home about. So, and then same way with CJ Stroud's kind of come. If this is
slump off of last year,
if this is his sophomore slump, man, kid's gonna be good. Kid's gonna be good.
Yep.
I would check the live lines, but Chiefs money lines at -152. It's not great odds, but it's not bad. And like if Mahomes is out, I'd put money on the Texans, but
oh fuck yeah.
So I guess the Chiefs got Carson Wentz as a back. I mean, that's Carson Wentz is that's a pretty solid backup.
I mean, yeah, sure, but he's old as fuck, right?
I don't know that he's all that old. He seems like he's been around for a while, but he's younger than Kirk Cousins.
Okay, dude, all right.
I want to say he's like 30, like 32, 33 maybe.
Oh shit, he's only 31. All right, never
All
mind.
right.
Never mind.
So yeah. I mean, that's a great quarterback situation to have. fucking Carson Wentz backing up Patty Mahomes. That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, right now I'm thinking, I don't know. I should go read a little bit. See, I didn't actually. I thought he was going to play, but if there's a chance he doesn't play, Texas at +2 at plus points without him.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I like the under though. I think that's probably a low scoring game. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. This is a hell of a game. Baltimore is -6. That give me Pittsburgh to cover that all day.
Yeah, I think so too. This was interesting, especially since I think it's got a lot of implications because if Baltimore wins, they could take the
division, right?
The division. Yeah, but if Pittsburgh wins, it puts them in like a real great spot.
Yeah. Like they're probably like if Pittsburgh wins, they're probably getting a first round bye. Which well, no, I wouldn't say probably. They're in the running. They're in the running. It'd be so Kansas City's in the spot right now, and then
Buffalo's ahead of them.
Yeah. All right. So, but either way, they're looking at first round home field first round. So, yeah.
I think Pittsburgh +6 is the right choice here.
I think so too. I think Baltimore wins that game, but 6 points for Baltimore Pittsburgh late season game. Nah, it's too many points. It's too many points.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a dogfight. As far as over this is a classic under game, but I think it's a trap.
I think so. I was just about to say. I want to say, AFC North, like, let's take the under, but I might take the over.
Yeah, like my, historical knowledge says this is going to be like a 13-10 game, but yeah, I mean, I could see. Yeah, I could see Lamar going off and then Russell Wilson having, 250 and 3 touchdowns.
Well, also, I mean, Pittsburgh's also just shut down the Ravens for such a long time.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to say the under, but
yeah, but it feels like a trap. Like I don't know. I think if you took the under in a teaser, you're probably good. So like under 50.5, it's not bad, but even then, I don't know. I think Pittsburgh to cover. I don't know if I touch any of the rest of it.
Yeah, agreed.
If you want to take a little flirty one, go Pittsburgh money line, but I'm not. Like it's tempting, but I'm not going to do it. It's in Baltimore, and as good as Pittsburgh's been this year, I still think Baltimore's a better team. Like they're
wow, they certainly got a better offense, but I think Pittsburgh's a better, more well-rounded team.
Yeah, quietly so. Quietly, like but it's classic Pittsburgh. They're not flashy about anything. They're just a good team. Philly at Washington. This is a good game too. We got Philly -3 on the road. Over unders at 45.5. I think I like the over in this.
I think I like the over at Philly -3.
I think Philly -3 too.
I think they're a much better team than Washington.
Yeah. Washington's got not much of any defense at all, and Philly looks really good right now. They look really good. Yeah, I think I like Philly -3. I like the over. I wouldn't be surprised if Philly won by 2 scores. Like,
yeah.
And Jaden Daniels will still put up like 30 fantasy points, but that dude's crazy. Browns at the Bengals. We got the Bengals -7.5. I don't buy that for a minute.
Really?
No. I think Jameis is gonna have 4 touchdowns. And
you think he's gonna be play? You think he's back? Okay.
Oh, well, if he's back, I don't. Who did they put? Who did they replace him with?
I don't know.
I don't
know who their backup is.
I mean, why wouldn't you run out there with him? I don't. Whoever you got's not a better option. That's all I know. But yeah, Bengals -7.5 at home. Over unders at 47. I'll take the over. Joe Burrow's been putting up monster numbers. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins all there. Yeah. They got no defense in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Okay, so the backup is Dorian Thomas Robinson. I don't know who he is.
I know he was a backup somewhere, but I remember when he was a backup for that team, I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
It looks like he's been on the Browns the whole time.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
right? I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
yes. Yeah.
If he's starting, then yeah, give me the Bengals and the over still.
Yeah, he's 5th round pick last year.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. I'm not familiar with the man. Not familiar with him. But if you're betting this game, again, find help. This is not a game you should be putting money on. It means nothing unless you're from Ohio, but honestly, you're from Ohio, so let's face it, nothing means anything. You're from Ohio.
Yikes.
Possibly even worse though is the Giants at the Falcons. The Falcons -8.5. Like they should. But
it's Phoenix starting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Overs at 40.5. I'm gonna hammer the under on this, and that's it. The rest of it I don't know. I don't care.
I think I might take the Giants.
Take them at a +340. Might as well throw $5 on the Giants. throw Tommy Cutlets out there with a broken spleen or whatever he's got. Just throw him out there. He's got nothing else to live for. Lions at the Bears. Lions -6.5. Over under at 48. I actually like the Bears to cover too. On this one. Strictly because it's a division game, and Bears defense has been pretty decent this year. Like
it is in Chicago too.
That's true. And it's probably going to be cold. Detroit plays in a dome. I mean,
yeah, but I bet Detroit's going to be pissed off about losing last week.
That's true. I forgot about that. You know what? I'm gonna take this in a teaser for sure. Take Lions down to +0.5, or I mean -0.5, or a pick 'em. I like that. Over unders at 48. I mean, The Lions should score 48 on their own, but I don't know if you can count on that.
Yeah, but you can count on them scoring 38 and the Bears covering 10 of it.
Probably. That's true. Yeah. You're right. Give me the over. Give me the over. I like that. And then, yeah, teaser wise, if you parlay that, so Lions either minus a half or plus a half, and over unders at 41 or 42. It's not bad. Not bad at all. For really a shit game, it's not bad betting lines.
Yeah.
Cardinals at the Panthers. No, stop it. Stop it.
don't watch it, don't bet it, whatever.
Take the gun away from your head. It'll be better tomorrow. Don't do it. Same thing. Tennessee Titans at Indianapolis Colts. Fuck every part of that. Like,
so the problem with this year, I think, is there's a lot of teams in the middle. It makes for some just really bad football.
It feels like the Big Ten every year, where it's like Ohio State and Penn State are going to be good. Michigan might be good, and everything else is just kind of blah.
I mean, damn. Wow. Shitting on the Big Ten like that.
Well, I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah, they're generally the best or the second best conference.
Right. But
yeah, fine. But like Michigan State's been pretty good recently. Well, now you got Oregon.
Yeah, I did not include the Pac-12 former Pac-12 teams in my equation, so I'll retract it slightly. I'll take a half step back and say like they're a lot better now that they've got Washington, Oregon, and USC in. Still though, they're pretty top heavy.
Okay,
pretty
fine.
top.
Wisconsin and Iowa might be ranked in there too.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not saying they're not a good conference. I'm just saying they're pretty top heavy. Pretty top heavy.
Okay. All right.
But the Colts and the Titans is dog shit. I don't want any part of that. That sucks. Every part of that sucks.
Yep.
Fuck the Rams and the Jets. It's not getting any better.
Well, I don't know. Rams are only giving up 3.5 points.
I mean, yeah.
Fucking Jets.
It seems like a trap, though. It seems like.
Give it to me in a teaser. Give them some plus points and take that over. Or that
yeah. So
under,
like 40 and a half. Or 52 and a half.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. But even if I put money on this game, I will not watch a single second of it.
Yeah, fair.
Vikings at the Seahawks. 2 weeks ago, I was intrigued by this game. I don't know. Is Seattle done? Like they didn't look good.
I think they're winning their division.
That's true, but I mean they looked bad on Sunday. I mean,
yeah, but against like a good team, which
that's true.
Fine, I guess the
Vikings are pretty fucking good too.
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
Oh, now they're tied with the Rams at 8-6 for the division.
Huh.
So maybe that gives them a little motivation.
Maybe. So we got Vikings -3, over unders at 42.5. I like the over.
I like the over. 3 is so close.
So close. And if the Seahawks would have put up a game this week, I would take Seahawks with the points. But I don't know. The Vikings look good, but they're what 12-2, quietest 12-2 ever. I don't know. I go Vikings in the over. I don't buy the Seahawks. I just don't buy them.
I think the Seahawks and the over.
All right. We'll come back to that one because we agree on the over. I
don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to buy myself.
I don't buy either of these teams, but I think I buy the Vikings more than the Seahawks. But it is in Seattle, and Seattle's a tough place to play, but they just got blown out in Seattle, so I don't know.
Yeah. However, I think a lot of that getting blown out was due to Jacobs, and Aaron Jones is no Jacobs.
No, he's not.
They're kind of the opposite kind of players, so.
But they got Justin Jefferson over there. They could just feed that motherfucker too. So, yeah, I don't know. This could be a really good game. I feel like the Seahawks are kind of.
Oh, I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. We got a wrestling tournament this weekend. I probably won't watch it, but I will want to. Patriots at the Bills. Bills minus 14. Give me the Patriots all day. They're probably going to lose by 13, but I think they'll cover.
Oh boy, that's way too big. I'm not touching it.
That's the smarter angle.
Unless I put a teaser or something.
Teaser, yeah. I would.
Patriots are dog shit, but it's still the NFL. 14 points is a lot,
and it's a division game too, and it feels like a classic like Buffalo letdown game too. They're coming off. They're coming off a huge win against the Lions. I mean, it'd be a classic place for them to shit the bed against
at home.
Against the Patriots, who nobody has talked about at all this year because there's nothing to talk about really.
Yeah, okay.
I guess their quarterback's been that kid they drafted. That what's his name, Drake May. He's been okay.
All right.
But I mean, he's on the Patriots and they suck. So how good is he? The Jags at the Raiders.
All right. So next game.
God hates somebody. That's a ooh.
It's a half point.
Yeah. I feel like
it's like default odds or something like that.
I feel like if you're not a Jags or a Raiders fan and you bet this game, like that's just like the test that you're definitely going to hell. Like whatever it is you've got going on in your life, it's wrong. You're betting on the Jags and the Raiders. Ugh, terrible. And then the overs at 39. Yeah, gross. Niners at the Dolphins. Week 2, this would have been an awesome matchup.
Yeah.
Now I don't. I couldn't care less.
Like week 15 last year.
Yeah. Like if shit would have shaken out a little bit differently, this would have been an awesome game.
Yeah, but now you got no CMC and Tyreek Hill can't score a touchdown.
Yeah, like Niners are on their third string quarterback. Tua could die at any second.
Tyreek's on his 5th kid this year.
5th kid, probably his second on camera arrest. Yeah. What a waste of a really good matchup. And they're both I guess the Niners are like statistically still in it, but and
statistically, yeah, but it's just because that division sucks.
right. And I guess the Dolphins, if they I mean, I think they're out of it officially, but
Those are
even
5 games back.
oh yeah, they're out. Okay. Yeah, fuck that game. That's another one where uh yeah, don't bet on that. Who knows how the fuck that's gonna go.
Poorly.
Bucks at the Cowboys. We got Bucks -4. This is the Sunday night game.
Fuck, give me Bucks all day.
Yeah, the Cowboys suck.
Cowboys at home.
Give me the over too. Like for whatever reason, Cooper Rush has been putting up points. They haven't been winning. Yeah, give me the over. Give me the Bucks. I like that. Then we just got the one Monday night game. So it's Saints at the Packers. Oof. Is Carr out again?
Let me check.
Because, yeah, the Packers -14 at home. Overs at 42.
If Carr's in, if Carr plays, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm not sure, honestly. And it's supposed to be cold as fuck up there too, I think. So
sounds like Carr's out for the season.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. 14's too much. That's way too much.
Well, I'm a homer. I'll take 14.
I'll probably throw it in a teaser. I'll take
I mean, that's a smart move, but whatever.
Yeah, 14's a lot of points. I mean, they should. They definitely should beat the Saints by 14. That's
I mean, they just beat a lot better team by 14.
Yeah, a lot better team. But still, 14 points in the NFL's that's a ton. All right, I gotta pee real quick, and we'll come back and do the college football playoff. I'm really intrigued to see how this shit plays out. It's made college football pretty interesting this year.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, we'll be right back.
All right.
We're back. College football. We got Memphis and West Virginia in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Dude, I don't know what Scooters Coffee is, but they got these sideline reporters drink these like frozen coffees with like whipped cream and shit. I don't have the sound on, so I don't know what they're talking about, but I guess that's what their thing is.
But it is just started the fourth quarter and we're 35-23. I took the over at 55, I think. I'm gonna have to look at that. It was
go ahead.
It was a lot. I don't.
So I think I saw it at like 60, and I thought that was too much. Now I regret that a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, I'll say they might break 100.
Well, I mean, Memphis is about to score, or West Virginia is about to score, which would put that over there.
Yeah, yeah. I got him at 54. That was a teaser though. So
okay, yeah, it's a 60 probably.
Yeah, it was 60 and a half. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll unless everybody breaks their leg, and they're gonna they'll break that.
Memphis is trying so hard right now to give up that touchdown.
Oh yeah,
yeah. they've just had like 4 flags in a row in the red
zone. Yeah, I couldn't tell you anybody who's actually playing. I guess player wise, I don't know any of these guys at all.
Me neither, man. Not watching the game.
no, not. It's bowl season. It's fun. It's fun. So we got. So that was all right. That was, here we go. CFP. All right. So Friday night, we got it started out. We got Indiana at Notre Dame. Notre Dame -7, over unders at 51.5. Both at 11-1. Indiana has played nobody except for Ohio State, and then they lost pretty bad to Ohio State. Notre Dame
I give them a ton of shit for not being in a conference, but they do actually
they played some good teams.
Picked some good teams. So
they just had one of the worst losses of any major team at home to Northern Illinois. So that I mean, I love it. I love every part of that. And this is an in-state. Is it it's not necessarily a rivalry game, but it's an in-state game. I wanna bet.
I mean, it's definitely it's a basketball rivalry, but I don't know about football.
Yeah. I wanna bet Indiana to cover. I don't know if I buy them.
Dude, no, I'm taking it Notre Dame here, easy.
This seems like a good bet. I really want to take Indiana, but I'm not going to. I'll probably tease it down. But yeah, I think Notre Dame rolls. Notre Dame actually looks pretty good this year. I die a little bit inside every time I say that, but they do look pretty good outside of the loss to Northern Illinois, which was terrible. But
but Indiana, okay, fine, they're 11-1, but all those in-season wins or in conference wins are against the bottom half of the Big Ten.
Who did they beat? I think they beat Wisconsin, maybe.
Okay, but still unranked,
right? And then the one real game they had was against Ohio State, and they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I would like to see him go on a run. I don't think it's going to happen.
Oh, I'd hate to see him go on a run.
Well,
I don't know. I guess that's better than Notre Dame going on a run.
Yeah.
But.
Well, either way, I don't. I'd way rather see Indiana go on a run than Notre Dame.
Yeah, me too. Okay, fine.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think I want it. I'd rather it happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Saturday we got 3 games. We got SMU at Penn State. Penn State's minus 8.5, overs at 53.5. It's supposed to be cold as shit up at Happy Valley too. So that's another one where I kind of want to bet SMU, but I'm not at all confident in them.
8.5. Yeah, it's not crazy in college.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd take Penn State here.
I think so too. As fun of a story as SMU is, and I think they're going to be good going forward, especially now that they can actually legally pay their players. Yeah. They got a ton of money. I think they're going to be good. I don't buy it this year though. They didn't make it through the ACC, and Penn State's pretty fucking good. So, yeah. I think Penn State covers. I don't know about the over under. Probably over, but
I think over. I don't know.
I would think so. Penn State's got a good defense though. Yeah. It's college. I think over is probably a decent bet. And then we got Clemson at Texas. Texas minus 12, over unders at 51.5.
I think Clemson can cover.
I'm taking Clemson. Yeah. 12 points is a lot. I think Texas is a far better team.
Yeah, but I don't think they're 2 touchdowns better.
No, I don't think so either. And this seems like an awesome place for Texas to choke. Keep Clemson relevant for a while. So yeah, wonder what is the money line on that, because Clemson money line, that might be a good sprinkle. I wouldn't put a ton of money on it, but I bet that's a plus 350. That's not a bad. It's not a bad sprinkle for Clemson money line. I don't know if it'll happen, but it's kind of what I'm rooting for. But 12 points, I think, that seems way too much.
Yep.
And then we got Tennessee at Ohio State. Ohio State's minus 7.5, over unders at 46.5.
Oof.
Ohio State's really banged up on their offensive line. Tennessee's one of those teams where they're kind of flirty, but I don't buy them. And it's at Ohio State.
Yeah, it's at Ohio State. I think that might give them an edge. I mean, this is one I might play in a teaser because I think Ohio State wins, but 7.5, maybe not. I don't know, because I almost want to play Tennessee here.
I kind of want to as well. I think I'm going to take Tennessee with the points. I don't know if I'd take them money line. Money line, they're at +2. Yeah, it's not worth it. Money line. I mean, it's not a bad number, but if it's +300, I might throw a little bit towards it, but nah, +230. I take them with the points. I think that's going to be a pretty close game. I don't know who wins, but that's it for the first round. So where are we at on West Virginia, Memphis?
It's 35-30 right now. 12 minutes left.
12 minutes left, and it's 35-30.
I know, but I got Memphis at -5, so I need them.
I do too. I want Memphis to score here, but we already hit the over, so we're good there.
You want to go over any of those lower bowl?
Yeah. Let me
anything coming up this week?
Let me pull them up and see what we got. So Saturday we got Jackson State at South Carolina. Or that was
past week.
That was past week.
Wednesday, okay.
We got Western Kentucky at James Madison. I don't know anything about either of those two, but that's the Boca Raton. UNLV Cal.
UNLV only -3. I think.
Yeah.
I think take that.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know how. I mean, Cal's at 6-6 in the ACC, and UNLV was legit pretty good this year. There we go. Memphis is.
Oh no!
At the one, son of a bitch. Oh no!
That's all right. I'll take down the time a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, probably just put it right here, but
yoink! Man, he was so close, so close. Georgia Southern, Sam Houston, Ohio State, Jacksonville State, Ohio and Jacksonville State, Tulane, Florida.
Oh, I think Jacksonville State. I like that one.
Yeah. Okay, and Ohio's -3.
Yeah, I think I'd take Jacksonville State.
Okay, was that? No, Dion was at Jackson State.
He's at Jackson State. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I might throw.
Some of my friends were talking about that this week, so that's what I'm saying.
I'll sprinkle Jacksonville State money line.
I think most of it was just that they didn't think Ohio was that good.
Fair enough. Nobody ever does, and they're usually right. Baseball. I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about that in-season tournament that could be something that the MLB could implement pretty easily. Like if it's to especially for like some of those younger guys that are maybe slumping, like you get a $250,000 payoff if you win this meaningless in-game, in-season tournament. Like
that'd be
that
cool.
Could be pretty cool for. I wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense for football, but for those sports with a ton of games, it's not bad, especially in the NBA is they have a hard time getting anybody to pay attention when they start because football's going. And then baseball, like in the middle of the summer, it's just like, the dog days of summer. Like the games seem meaningless until September when they're not. But
I mean, you're right. Unfortunately, like it seems like, well, maybe not unfortunately, because I think it's great, but it seems like every single season comes down to like the last,
I know,
a couple games to figure
and that's
out
what's so crazy about it. And
162 games, and the last game still means something.
And it's it's a long season for sure, but it's also very condensed. I mean, you're essentially playing 12 days out of 14.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's 6 days a week, but with travel days in between. I mean, like that's a fucking grind.
Oh yeah.
It's an actual grind.
But it's already set up in series, so like if you
Yeah.
if you just like do it like basketball, where you designate some of these series as tournament series.
I think it could be cool. Like that. That's baseball's a sport where it'd make a lot of sense. And maybe even like the winner of your league tournaments, you know, like should you make it to the World Series and you're also in season tournament winner, you get home field advantage or whatever, you know, like
Since the All-Star game doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
it's a great example.
It's not a bad idea, because then if you get hurt playing in the in season tournament, well, it's a regular game anyway, so it's like injury happens. It's not a meaningless game like which it sucks that the All-Star game is meaningless, because it's fun as fuck. I love the All-Star game.
Well, it was great when it actually, really determined something.
Yeah.
Now it's just kind of a showcase, which is, I mean, it still seems like people care, but not quite as much,
No, like it's the Derby that people tune in for. And then the
Derby's fucking great.
The Derby is great. It's like even with all the stupid rules, like I liked it the old style, just like fucking hit his like 10 outs. That's all he had. Like I liked that.
Oh, that was great.
But even as it's going now, I don't hate it. I don't, even with all the rules, I don't care for some of them, but it's still just like, all right, go hit the big wood. Just go hit it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's something that would, I like an in-season MLB tournament way better than the Golden at Bat. That's a way better idea than the Golden at Bat.
Golden that's terrible.
So bad. I've thought about it so many times since we brought it up, and in no scenario do I like it. I just nope, no. I hate it. I hate it. And I on record many a times I thought I would hate the pitch clock, and I don't. I would hate the Golden at Bat. Now there's nothing about me that likes it. Even if it was my team that benefited from it, I'm just like, you almost need an asterisk next to that to that win. I hate it.
So it's a good time to talk about some of the moves. Like Kyle Tucker going to the Cubs is huge.
So was that a trade or was that a signing?
No, it was a trade.
Trade.
So he's got one more year left on his contract.
Okay.
They ditched him for Isaac Paredes and maybe a couple other guys, and I think they traded some picks or something too in there. No, they can't trade picks, so I can't remember what else they traded. I don't know, maybe some minor leaguers or something. But
okay,
I think Isaac Paredes is a big part of it. Who signed longer term? I think it's crazy because I don't think the Cubs are close to winning a World Series, and you just went out and got a top 5 hitter.
Yeah,
for 1 year, and so they must be. Really
it's a 1 year.
This is last year before free agency. All right, you'll see it in about 5 seconds.
I'm waiting for it. Oh shit, we gotta. Oh shit.
Yeah.
A white boy got upended. And boom.
Oh, there it is. Okay, you're way farther behind than I thought.
Yeah. Was that off the face mask?
Yeah. So we're laughing. West Virginia just threw a bomb. Memphis defender fell down. Guy caught it falling down in the end zone and bounced right off his face mask.
Man, that West Virginia dude dropped a dime too.
Yeah.
That was a dime.
Yeah.
Oh, right in the chest. Right in the chest. Oh man.
So back to baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just Tucker. So he's still arbitration. This is last year of arbitration. Then he goes free agency. So he's gonna get a big contract.
Oh yeah, massive.
He's in the 300 plus million.
How big of a fan of Juan Soto do you think he is right now?
Oh, huge! He just, he added just
every position player that can hit a little bit is such a fan of Juan Soto right now.
Yep.
Yeah, 765, and I mean,
yeah.
So
well, and like the other thing is like Isaac Paredes is like he's a good player. They also showed something. I think I sent it to you on IG. He really likes to pull the ball, righty, and they got a short porch.
Yeah. So like half of his home runs at least are like, and a lot of his doubles are home runs.
Yeah,
in that park.
Yeah, I think they said he added like 15 home runs or something like that.
And
however, that is a tall wall, so he's got to clear that wall. So I think it's twice as high.
But you're looking at like 25% more doubles.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna. It looks like he's just gonna rake there.
Yeah, and that spray chart you show. I mean, like he's about as close to a Deadpool hitter as you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the only better place for him would be Fenway.
Yeah,
he's that's wild.
Yeah,
that's
so
wild.
I think they got a huge benefit out of that trade.
Oh, I think so too. And then who were the other big signings over the last week?
I think we talked about was Fried was last week
for
the Yankees.
Yeah, Fried had happened that day,
okay,
I think.
Okay. And then also what's his name? Milwaukee closer.
Oh, Bellinger?
Nope.
No, but Bellinger
went, yeah.
Where'd he go to?
Bellinger went to the Yankees. So Bellinger went to the Yankees. The Cubs are also setting $5 million with him to offset some of the costs, which is 52 over the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And then Yankees sent back a middle reliever right-hander who's not even on the roster. He's on the 40-man roster. And the Cubs have way too many right-handed relievers right now anyway. So there's no way he's going to get called up until some injuries. So they're just doing a salary dump there. Maybe to try and extend Tucker or something like that. I don't know, but they're just dumping salary.
Who's the GM at the Cubs? Like Epstein's not there anymore. Theo Epstein.
I believe he's gone, right?
I think so. Because
he didn't he go to Boston? Or did he come from Boston?
I think he came from Boston.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to him after that, but he was the hottest GM in baseball for quite a while. Yeah, I don't know. But this seems like classic Cubs moves, like when Theo Epstein wasn't their manager.
Before, not
like,
it's the opposite.
Like shit that just doesn't make all that much sense. It's like the Rockies are running the Cubs right now.
Yep. So I don't get what's happening there. Devin Williams is who I was thinking of from Milwaukee.
Okay. Crochet. Garrett Crochet went to the Red Sox. That was the other one I was thinking of.
So I think Nestor Cortez went back to Milwaukee.
Okay. Nestor Cortez, he was the one that gave up the grand slam to Freddie, right?
So the last pitch for the Yankees was him giving up the grand
slam. Fuck. Yeah, you knew he wasn't coming back to the Yankees.
Yeah. And then I thought there was another. Oh, maybe that was Bellinger was the other one. I think those are the big ones right now. I haven't really seen anything. A little bit weird. I thought the Tigers are going to be trying to get something done here.
I was listening to it was one of the Rockies podcasts. I think it was like Locked On Rockies, and they were talking a big game about how the Rocks are they're in contention to get Sasaki from Japan, and I don't buy that for any length of time.
So my guess is they actually are, but only because they have like tons of international pool money to spend. But I don't think they'll actually spend it.
I don't think so either.
Because I was listening to a Tigers podcast, and they were saying the same exact thing. The Tigers have a ton of international money to spend.
Yeah,
so
but
they could technically like just if they tried, they could just go get them. But I don't think they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I technically could be president of the United States too, but it ain't happening.
All right, fine.
I mean, it'd be awesome. I would love to see the Rockies go out and get Sasaki and like try to do something, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Well, I think I think he still has some say in where he takes a.
I think
offer.
so too.
I can't remember exactly how the international pool signs go.
I'm not sure either. Baseball is the most fascinating sport on earth. The way that all works out.
Because I think it's different because he's not 25, and so he has to like his team has to post him, and then they bid for him. And I think his team has like a lot to say on who they take. But he might have some veto rights in there. I forget exactly how it works.
I would think the Rockies probably have a better shot than the Tigers, just strictly being more of a West Coast club. Because I mean, those Japanese guys like to go to the West Coast for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's closer to fly home or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a large. Japanese population in a lot of the cities that got baseball. Yeah. I'm not sure that's true for Denver.
No, I don't know.
Detroit, really.
As far as like Asian contingent, I don't know Detroit very well at all. But from what I do know, it's largely a black city. So,
there's a lot of Asian and Middle Eastern people there, but
that's true. That's true.
Not specifically Japanese.
And Denver. I mean, no, that like you're looking at like Seattle and San Francisco and LA for the most part on the
San Diego.
Yeah.
Just all the West Coast teams.
Everything on the West Coast, and so like, so I would think that the Rockies would have a better chance just based off of those stats than Detroit, but Detroit's a way better franchise to go to. So
so speaking of the international signings, Baltimore did sign a pitcher that I didn't know a ton about, but it sounds like he had a really nice season last year in MPL.
Who was the dude that from the Dominican that ended up being like 6 years older than what is? I mean, classic Dominican.
Oh, I mean, which one are we talking about now?
Yeah, it was right here recently, and it was like
just recently. Oh.
Yeah, like
I mean, this has been a thing for
guy.
This has been a thing for a long time.
Oh yeah, it's. I mean, that in the bench warmers, that was one of the funniest scenes in a movie. He just held up a handwritten and said, "I am 12."
With like 100 or something sitting there. It's like a 20 or something.
Yeah. Well, he was chugging tequila on the mound.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a joke for reasons. Because
it's like, are you 12 or are you a Dominican 12?
Well, like I think there's questions about like Beltre, like how old Beltre actually is.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
which is also crazy because he played until he was like 40 anyway.
There's a lot of foreign countries there. I mean, my little brother John. You remember my brother John? I'm not sure how old he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's 3 or 4 years younger than me, I think. But his paperwork was like, who knows? Like if you pay the right person, they'll put whatever you want on that.
Where's he from?
Vietnam.
Oh no, maybe I haven't met him.
Oh, you met Dexter. Dexter's not. I mean, it's the same. I mean, Haiti. Come on. Okay, so they barely even have whatever paper they have there. They use it to start a fire so they can barbecue their enemies.
Damn.
I'm firmly convinced that God does not love Haiti.
I don't know. It's just white people.
Maybe. I mean, they played a big hand in it, but either way, either way, it feels like God's not very happy with Haiti for some reason. So, yeah. But I mean, Dominicans, the same islands.
It's the same
island. and we act like they're real respectable compared to Haiti, which they are. If we're being honest, they are. But I mean, that's like a Crip versus a Blood. Like who's the more honorable?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about this to say too much, but there's at least some. They get some good baseball from Dominican. Somehow
they got a lot of good athletes on that island for sure. Like just in general, like
I mean, per capita has got to be the best place in the world.
Oh
baseball, right.
Well, that's I kept telling Tim when they had the Venezuelan migrant crisis in Denver. I was like, well, the Rockies should go put a scout wherever all these Venezuelans are showing up at. Like, just go put a scout down there and be like, I bet that guy can throw 95. I bet that guy can throw 95 for sure. He's from Venezuela.
No one like the Rockies can.
Yeah. the Rockies will pay him to leave at some point.
Oh,
at his prime. Hey, let's wait till you're really good, and then we'll pay to have you leave, go somewhere else, and actually do good. I mean,
well, that's what Cody Bellinger's hoping to do this year.
I guess we still got to do this the Hall of Fame.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Episode. I'll check with everybody else, and maybe before the new year or somewhere around there. That's not a bad time to set it up. So
especially since people should have some time off and
yeah, it'd be a good time. But I'll check with Aaron and Tim and Brad and see if I know Aaron said he'd be in. Brad he says he'll be in, but probably not. Rob, same way, probably not. Tim, who knows? How much
you ain't got any kids, so come on.
How much do you know of about Tim? Like, Tim's one of those guys where like we've been friends forever, but how much do we really know about Tim?
I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of shit about Tim that I don't know yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff I need fact checked.
Yeah, a lot of fact checking. A lot of fact checking.
It's another guy. How old is Tim?
That's a great question. Great question. I always go way older, because I don't actually know. It's funny. I always explain to people. I was like, I'm not exactly sure where Tim came from, but he showed
I met
up.
his mom.
He showed up, and then he just never really left.
Yeah, I don't know how he showed up either.
I think like Aaron and the guys played baseball with him, and that's how they met.
So
but
Aaron.
I've met a lot of the guys they played baseball with, and Tim's the only one that just stuck around. So I don't know what that says. If that says more about us or him, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't fucking Tim. I don't. There's a lot I don't know about that guy. There's a lot that I've heard that I need confirmation of.
Yeah, it probably helps that his girlfriend lived right next to stadium.
Yeah. Fucking Tim, sports fan. Just who's he engaged to today? That's who he's going to be a fan of.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's wearing a Twins hat right about now.
I mean, he might as well be. I'll be disappointed if he's not. Maybe that'll be my Christmas present for him, to just be a Twins hat. Get him a custom Twins jersey.
Nice.
just
sports
not
fan.
Sure on the back. Fucking guy.
Awesome.
So we're down to under the 2-minute warning, and we're at 42-37. And Memphis got the ball. All right.
Yeah, but they're not going to score. I'm going to push here, man.
Yeah. I am too. Damn it. Eric, I'm blaming Eric on this one. The over. We were right on the over, but
yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe because I don't know. You don't want to give it back to West Virginia, really.
No.
At least not with a 5-point lead. With an 8-point lead, though, sure.
Yeah. They only got to go a little ways for a field goal too. So. Oh yeah, they're going to kick a field goal.
I think so.
They're going to attempt. It's college. It's college. You never know.
Wow, there's some NFL. There's some weird ones. Justin Tucker's been missing. Harrison Bucker missed like a 29-yarder.
Yeah, those are like the two best in the league. Like Justin Tucker's been the best in the league for like a decade. Yeah. But there was a stretch where it seemed like half the games were won by a 55 plus yard field goal, and then nobody could make anything. I don't know. Kickers are weird.
Definitely
weird.
All right.
Let's call it good there. We can comment on the rest of this game. It's not of real importance to anybody, but
unless you took the 5-point spread.
Yeah. If you took the 5, has he kicked yet on your end?
No, they call a timeout.
Okay. All right. Well,
he's lining up.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll leave you on a cliffhanger for next week. So,
everyone knows what it's going to be by the time this ends.
Exactly. There'll be somebody be like, "Fuck, I wanted to watch that game." And in that case, you're welcome. Move your ass. We're burning daylight.